Call to order the City Council meeting of Monday, May 20th, 2024 at 5:01 p.m. Can I get a roll call, Madam Clerk?
Mayor Nafolda.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Hasselbring.
Here.
Councilmember Dovey.
Here.
Councilmember Hibbard. Absent. Councilmember Murphy. Absent.
Okay, we'll move on to oral communications at this time. Any individual in the audience may come forward to speak on any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. Remarks are limited to not more than 5 minutes per speaker. Are you here?
I was told that I was here to answer any questions.
Any questions?
No.
Seeing nobody in the audience, we will move on to the special order of the day, and that is the emergency gas line repair for the police department. The gas line to the police department building is damaged and was reported to be leaking. This item recommends immediate action to begin repairs of the gas line that feeds the police department and the city's emergency generator. Can I get a staff report?
Yes, sir. Just very briefly, I want to say that this actually has been going on for about a month. The city first found a gas leak near the main, which was repaired. Then the company came back and realized that there was 2 additional gas leaks. Out of an abundance of caution, we obviously have shut down the gas to the building until such repairs can be made. The problem here, again, is related to the city's charter that doesn't allow for any public works project that is over 10 grand to take place without a formal bidding process, which ultimately would take between 5 to 6 months in order to accomplish. So today we're asking you to essentially declare an emergency and authorize the city manager to execute any and all contracts needed in order to facilitate the fix within the building to the gas line. Speaking for the police, and the chief and I spoke earlier today, while it is a very serious matter, this does actually play into how exactly our gas generator works, which actually powers our computers and such in the event that we were to lose electricity. Having our police officers take cold showers is not a good way to endear them to, are not very happy when they go out there to talk to the public. So we'd like to get this fixed as quickly as possible.
Any questions from council? Can they get?
I do.
Okay.
So just in the interest of making it abundantly clear why we didn't address this more immediately, and just explain it to me like I'm 5.
Yes, ma'am. There is within our charter, there is a limit on what exactly we can do without having gone out and done a formal bidding process. In order to do such, we would have to draw up the specs and the plans for it, bring it to the city council. City council would have to authorize that RFP to go out onto the street. Wendy would then take over and advertise that out to different firms that would then submit bid packages. We would analyze those and then bring them back to the city council for consideration, and then the city council could take action to approve those items. This is because there's language that is very specific in our 1960 charter that says that any work that is done on a public works project that is over 10 grand has to go through this process. It creates a situation where even if the fix was $10,000 and 1 cent, we would still have to go through a 6 to 8 month process in order to do that correction. The way that we are able to try to fix that is by declaring this an emergency fix, which is you authorizing me to basically suspend those rules for this particular project. And I can tell the question that you're going to ask is, Chet, why don't we just do this for every single project so that we can skip this? In consultation with the city attorney and the city clerk, it's been made very, very clear to me that trying to obfuscate that rule is obviously not in line with the charter. And as such, we would be acting outside of the law at that point.
Okay, so without delving too far into why it's taken from 1960 until today to consider amending whatever that rule is, would this act as some sort of catalyst for an amendment? Is that, and if so, what is the consideration?
Yes,
for that?
ma'am. So the city council did authorize staff to start the process of looking into a charter amendment. This is the primary reason for moving forward with that charter amendment, in order to put ourselves more in line with not only surrounding cities, but also just good business practices. We've done just a quick math equation. $10,000 in 1960s money is actually equivalent to $106,000 in today's money. So it gives you a line of what exactly we are and we aren't able to do without this change to our charter. And again, at the time it was written, it would probably serve them well, but there is a reason why there is a process that allows for us to update the charter from time to time, which the city has done in the past.
So this is one of those changes that is going to be amended in the next charter revisions?
Yes, ma'am. These items will be brought back to the city council and with recommendations from staff, and if the city council approves, it will end up on the November ballot.
Thank you.
Just real quick, I know you explained the guys don't have hot water, which I hear that polar plunge is the best thing for health now, so I'm not too worried about that. But anyway, and all joking aside, you mentioned that it powers the emergency generator. What else does gas to the police department bring us? And also in that, once we approve this, how long will it take to get fixed?
We believe that we will be able to fix this relatively quickly. This is the process, and Mr. Noto, if you need to step in and stop me, the process is literally pressurizing the pipe and figuring out where the different holes may be. Ultimately, it's much like repiping your house. We might be laying just an additional line in order to fix this issue. The running gas to the police department is important for a number of different things. Obviously, heat is not an issue at the moment, but during the winter months, especially given the fact that we have a holding cell, there are requirements in order to keep that at a livable temperature. Also not access to hot water, but I think the most important is that the backup generators that I spoke about earlier actually power the air conditioning units within our IT setting. If those were to go down and the heat level was to rise to a certain level, we basically could corrupt all of the data that we have stored in that area, which would be catastrophic to our operations going forward. Hence the reason why we're bringing this to you as an emergency item.
Okay, thank you.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Roll call vote?
Mayor Nafolda,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Hasselbrink,
Aye.
Councilmember Doby,
Aye.
Councilmember Hibbard, absent. Councilmember Murphy, absent.
Okay, item 5, closed session. The city attorney, do you need to bring us into closed session?
Yes, if it's the desire of the council to go into closed session, we do have one item listed tonight. That's item 5A on the agenda. This is related to anticipated litigation. There's one potential case. This stems from correspondence received by the city council on May 20th from the Los Alamitos Community Foundation, a copy of which correspondence is available through the clerk's office.
Okay, should this be something we address with the other two present?
Yeah, so that's at the discretion of the city council. If you feel that you would rather have the remaining council members in attendance for this particular item, it's certainly something we would be able to bring back at a later date.
Okay.
Do we need to vote on that, or is that just at the pleasure of the mayor?
The item was listed on the agenda as a placeholder, so there's no obligation to actually take it up. If the council would prefer just to move on and not hear that item tonight, no votes necessary. We would just not go into close and would have no report out as a consequence.
Okay, I say we just hold off. Okay, and that adjourns tonight's meeting. The city council will adjourn at 5:11 p.m. to Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 6 p.m.